All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakatah. Everyone is to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone, rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutation to you, Akim, out here for some words of truth and sincerity. All right, it's myself, Rapah Moth, alongside
Brother Yeshaya.
All right, and we're coming back to again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah to deliver another message. All right, prophecy. All right. The topic is navigating the nuclear minefield. All right. And the consequences of a nuclear Iran. So, right off the bat, we got two articles. We're going to jump right into them. And Lord willing, again, it's edifying. So, go ahead, Yeshaya. You grab the article, get it ready.
Con. Yep.
All
This is Arms Control Association. All right. And it says the Iran case addressing why countries want nuclear weapons. And it jumps down and it says arms control today. Robert E. Hearn. What happens if Iran gets the bomb? Iran's possible development of nuclear weapons has now come front and center in U.S. foreign policy, as well as in consideration overall of preventing the spread of weapons of mass destruction. It has assumed particular importance because of its potential to reshape the security and politics of an already turbulent and crucial region. In the middle of the Middle East, such as capability would at the very least lead to a basic reassessment by countries near and far of a full range of security, political, and other issues.
Mm-hmm. So, right off the bat, you're talking about regional instability. This is dealing with future prophecy again. This is, the prophets of the Lord got to prophesy. Get that real quick. The spirit of prophecy. Samat.
This is Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see that thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy.
That's it. All right. So we got the testimony of Yahweh Shah, which is the spirit of prophecy. So brother's going to prophesy, man. All right. The word's going to go forth. And guess what prophecy is? You're basically standing up on these watchtowers, being able to see things afar off and tell you before they actually come to pass. Right. What advantage has the Jews? To them was given the oracles of the Most High. All right. All the prophecies concerning the future events to come, that's straight out the Bible. That's straight out from the prophets' mouths, man. So, and it happens to be the spirit of prophecy, which is the spirit of testimony of Yahweh Shah. So you testifying of things to come in the light of what the Lord is going to deliver upon earth. You testifying of Yahweh Shah, because ultimately it's all leading up to what? What is all of this World War III going to culminate to? What is it all going to lead up to? More wars, more famines, and more death? It's going to come up to the point in Yahweh Shah's return. It's all leading up to the Yahweh Shah, who the Most High sent as a propitiation for the sins of his elect, man. And so Israel's going to believe. The Israel of the Most High is going to believe. Where's that scripture? Who can but prophesy?
Amos 3 and 8.
Shah, yep, grab that. And start at blow a trumpet. Shall the trumpet be blown? All right. So this is the job and the duty that the Most High gave us, man, sitting upon these watchtowers to do what? To see things afar off. And guess what? We also could see in the history. All right. We can also see things that has already happened. We can see where our downfall was back in time. All right. We could see where it led us to this day. We can see how we're still in captivity. It's still a stretch, a long Edomite captivity since the time we came over here. But we also see a time where Most High's going to put the foot of Esau's backside, man. All right. And he's going to judge the nations. And he's going to set up Israel as his holy seed, his holy chosen nation, to inherit the earth along with his son, Yahweh Shah, who's also an Israelite. So go ahead,
This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be
That's it.
evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have not done it?
All right. So what you need messengers, all right, to attack this message, right? That's what we're doing. We're attacking the stage, all right? We're interrupting the flow of things. We're interrupting the status quo with this message, all right? You know how messages come or commercials come in the middle of your show and say, we'll interrupt this message or news events. We now interrupt this message or we now interrupt this show with a news event. That's what is happening here. This is an interrupting flow of things message. Because guess what? Everything from this point on, for those that don't believe, their blood is not covered. All right, their blood is all on them. Those that believe, the Most High sent Yahweh Shah to cover you. All right, so this thing ultimately is about faith in Yahweh Shah, and everything leading us back to faith in Yahweh Shah. That's what the law was for, to lead us back to faith in Yahweh Shah. All right, so it's recommended you deal with the chastisement, you deal with the affliction, you deal with the troubles, you learn how to carry your cross as Yahweh Shah did, because Paul said we even be more like Yahweh Shah. All right, so ultimately we falling in line with Yahweh Shah with the head. All right, as the body always should. So go ahead. It said about shall the city be destroyed and the trumpet not be blown, because the Most High works to telling you things before they happen. Go ahead.
Con, Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
So there it is, man. We working on a secret. This is a secret thing. This is a hidden thing. This is a lost thing. This is a thing that without this secret, you can't possess understanding of what's to come. Without this secret being revealed to you, you really are wandering. You're really lost. And so the scriptures, through revelation of these secrets, that's why our prophets were set up. That's why our pastors and true men of the Lord are set up to reveal these secrets about the end times. All right. They call it eschatology. The study of the end times is a big thing. Well, we've been revealed under these secrets, man. And now knowing how the end is, you can move accordingly. All right. You don't get caught up into the hearsay. You don't get caught up into man's wisdom, because you study on the main goal, man. You on the straight and narrow towards that incorruptible crown. Go on out.
Con, verse 8. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh Shema Shah power hath spoken, who can but prophesy?
Right. So he's likened unto a lion, right? And the scriptures tell you he's the lion of Judah, but the Lord, the Heavenly Father, has spoken, man. Who cannot but prophesy? So this is our job. This is our obligation. This is our duty. Outside of whatever else we known for in the society, we really known amongst the body for pushing this word, amongst the elect for being watchmen, all right, for prophesying and carrying with us the testimony of Yahweh Shah, and being persecuted for it, which is a part of this testimony. All right, so go ahead, Yeshaya, read back in the article.
Con. It
Please.
says, as the saga of a widely presumed but not admitted Iranian nuclear weapons program unfolds with its own on again and off again character, something else is happening. The need for the reassessment of a non-profit shit, it's locking.
That's proliferation.
The water, yeah.
Proliferation means when you can put something to an end, you can slow it down and you can stop it.
Con.
That's what proliferation means. So Salaki, I completely had it backwards. Proliferation means the spread of something. All right. So a non-proliferation would mean to shut down the spread of something. If you're trying to stop cancer, you're trying to stop the proliferation of cancer. Go ahead, out.
Con. It says both how to prevent proliferation and what to do if prevention fails. There is dwindling confidence that a country bent on developing nuclear weapons can forever be prevented from doing so by the now traditional technological.
Technological.
Yeah,
Good,
technological. Bro. Okay, there we go. The water. Technological safeguards. In particular, it appears less possible to block the indigenous. Help me out one more time.
Where you at? Sound it out. I can't even see it.
It says block the indigenous development. There we go. Yep.
Okay.
It said the
Yep.
indigenous development at either plutonium,
Plutonium.
Plutonium.
plutonium, the water, or highly enriched uranium, the essential materials for nuclear weapons. Talent and knowledge are not constrained, and access to fissionable materials may be an ever decreasing one to a country's nuclear ambitions.
Yeah. So what we dealing with is the events of what happens and the possible outcomes of Iran becoming nuclear capable, and what that's going to lead to is a more destabilization in that Middle East. All right. All the countries around it is going to feel threatened now. And all the new developing countries are going to want to start their own nuclear capable program. Monkey see, monkey do, which is going to trigger a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. Every one of them is going to want one. Bahrain, Qatar, Yemen. All right. And so this don't go nowhere. The proliferation of nuclear arms is inevitable. And that's why it's the title, Navigating the Nuclear Minefield. A minefield is highly difficult to navigate. You don't know where they planted these things, and they spread thousands of them. How do you get from one side to the other without blowing up a limb? So there's severe consequences of Iran getting one. But guess what? It's on U.S. agenda to try to stop it, and our Israel's agenda to try to strike first. So you see now there's a tension, serious tension right now with Iran and Israel, where Khomeini just dropped out of his plane, just his helicopter just dropped out the sky.
Mm.
Before that, you had generals being bombed all the way over in Syria, Iranian generals. Before that, they done killed another one of them guys. All right, how many people you think Iran gonna let go before they just make that enrich that uranium to the point of having a nuclear bomb? And all of these countries is going to do the same. If Iran gets it, best believe every other country in the region will get it. Iran don't get along with Saudi Arabia like that. Come to find out, they enemies on the Islam side. They two, one Sunni and one Shiite. Tension there. All right. So Iran and Syria get along. So you got allies that Iran going to just start stationing they nukes wherever they can, or they might strike first. So the situation is dire and it's drastic, but just shows you how close we are to this time. Read on out, and you could proofread some of that while you're reading along to see where the good and the meat is. But go ahead, feel free. Go ahead.
God. It says, of course, monetary agreements regarding the point, purpose, and conduct of Iranian civil nuclear power development program, coupled with intrusive inspections, can have a significant impact. Can this approach be relied on? This is one of the questions now under review, and the focus intense of political debate regarding negotiations between the Iranian government and a Western troika of France, Germany, and the United Kingdom. Perhaps the outcome of these negotiations would be sufficient, but perhaps not. For some observers, if Iran were truly determined to get nuclear weapons, it would find a means either to conduct a covert program or at some point to renounce the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. And it says expel inspectors and work to break out of any restrictive regime.
Now jump down to where it say Iran security motivations. Let's read a little bit about that.
Okay. And it says Iran security motivations. Iran, of course, is in a different neighborhood. To be sure, the United States and its allies have reasons to be bothered about Iran's behavior, such as its support for terrorist groups, such as what is that, Hezbollah?
Yeah,
But
Hezbollah.
yeah, Hezbollah. It says, but Iran also has reason to be concerned about its security. its principal antagonist, the United States, for many years, not only practiced its dual contentment policy against Iran and Iraq, but also supported uh, exper- expatriate groups bent on overthrowing the regime in Tehran. And then it says, including through violent means, regime change in Tehran has been a recurrent theme in U.S. policy, and it has been consistently in the policy of Israel, which also strongly supported the U.S. in invasion of Iraq.
So what they're saying is basically what happened to Iraq could happen to Iran. That's what got Iran wanting to go that route in the first place, because America always been about regime change. You go back into the 1970s, which the article talk about. At one point in time, U.S. will completely deny Iran certain rights, and they was all into Iranian politics, man. You can even look at the 1970s images of women in Iran dressing like women in America. They was wearing short skirts, long hair, but then they got back into that culture, that Oriental culture, and then they started covering back up. So America, Iran know how much America used to be involved with it. They also know what they did to the neighboring country, Iraq. They also had what's the word? They hear the grapevine. They hear that Israel wants to stop Iran. Israel wants to take down Iran. Iran is one of the most strategic areas for gas and oil. Um, right? And so Iran could change things forever. Taking down Iran could change things forever and get America and Israel safer again, so to speak. But that you would have to take down Iran. So it all boils down to Iran. Now there was one general, retired U.S. general, that claimed this, and he said somebody brought papers back to him in the early 2000s. They said first we're gonna go into Iraq, and then we're gonna go before 9/11. They said first we're gonna go to Iraq, and then we're gonna go into Iran. Last is Iran, because they showed them about 5 countries that was gonna go into. One of them was Libya. We all know what happened with Libya as well. Now Libya was on the they made a case about Libya too, because they wanted to start their program. It say it in the article. Do you see where it says a good case? Go a few phrases above that, a few paragraphs before that, it say a good case in point is Libya. And then somebody grab Ezekiel 38 where it talk about um Tomor and Meshach and Tubal.
You
Do you
said a
see that?
couple of
Yeah,
what?
keep going up. It'll say a
There you
good
go.
case.
There you go. A good case in point is Libya, right here.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, you want to go and read it?
Yeah, go ahead. You read it.
Yep, it says a good case in point is Libya. It clearly had made steps in the basic groundwork and engineering needed to produce a nuclear weapon, although some doubts remained about progress made toward obtaining fissionable materials. Yet Libyan strongman
Muammar
Muammar
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi, Gaddafi. So, like, how
Yep.
did you pronounce that? Gaddafi.
Yeah, Gaddafi.
Okay, Khan. Yep. It says Muammar Gaddafi has now abandoned his program. From his perspective, this makes good political and strategic sense. After all, a Libyan bomb would offer a little deterrent benefit against countries that did not intend to attack Libya in the first place. It says a nuclear weapon would also have sentimented rather than ended Libya's status as a para state and would have done little to influence or intimidate its neighbors. By contrast, renouncing the program brought an end to all economic sanctions and readmission to the Western community of nations. Gaddafi made his move and has been richly rewarded at a palatable cost at Libyan security or prestige. He sold his white elephant at the right price at the right time.
So check this out. Obviously, this article hasn't been updated since that time, but it's talking about Muammar Gaddafi. Gaddafi was the president of Libya. Libya was starting a nuclear arm. They joined the nuclear arms race to get nukes. They basically settled out of court to end the economic sanctions. See, when you start a nuclear program, you got every right to do that and defend your country. But what's going to happen is America going to come in and step in, and the West going to come in and step in and say, we're not going to do no more business. Matter of fact, we're going to make sure that you don't do no business no more with none of these other countries. It's a global world. And a lot of these countries make their living, earnest living, off of other countries selling their exports and whatnot, and even importing. Everybody relying on each other, just like U.S. rely on the Middle East for this gas. You see them trying to scoot over to electric cars, like they're trying to move down the seat. All right, scoot over. Why? Because it's America got to rely on the Middle East stability. And guess who's right there to disrupt all of that? Israel. Yeah, the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right. So what happened with Gaddafi is here it is. He went ahead and stopped. He ended his nuclear program. What happened to Gaddafi some odd years later? They came in and ransacked that whole place. That whole place is a jungle now. They call Libya. That whole land called Libya, it's a jungle. It used to be stabilized. They had healthcare systems, all type of things you would never think a North African country could have, because they had a stable leader. But America took them out. All right. It was a coup. One of America's many times they did a coup. And guess what? Now it's unstable. Well, he sold his right to be nuclear armed. You think America would have jumped up in that situation that fast if he had a nuke? Look at Russia. How long can Russia go ahead and bomb the western front of Ukraine without America actually? They all talk. They'll never want to step in. Samak, you got that preset?
Khan.
Go ahead.
Khan. This is Ezekiel 38. You want me to start at verse 2?
Yeah, Babakasha.
Or Salak, y'all. Yeah, Khan. I will say take it from the top because it said the word of the Lord came unto me.
Yep, wherever you feel comfortable at. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
The Most High doing he set. All right, he set his prophet's face against them. All right, he set his prophet's face against Gog and Magog, which is dealing with Russia. Meshach and Tubal is dealing with Russia. Prophesy against Russia and say these words. Go ahead.
And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai power. Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
And the reason why he got to turn thee back is because they was pacified when the USSR ended right around the 1980s. Russia gave a lot of land back. They gave land back to a lot of countries like Poland, like Ukraine, and that disrupted Russia's plans of world domination. They was basically neck and neck with America. There was an arms race. The only people who had nuclear capable arms at some point in time, or the technology to split an atom, was America and Russia. And so there was a space race also involving Russia. America been neck and neck with Russia all throughout the early 40s and the 50s, and then Russia just turned down. Right, that bear turned down, that ceased to be that great, and America became instead of polarized, it became unified. Like America became the most dominant now, and that's why America became the great city that all these other cities wanted to do business with, and they idolized. Right. So when it's talking about putting them horsemen and everything, this is proving to you that Russia's is turning back into that mighty man of war, basically preparing for war. Right? And all their money is going into that. And so verse 5, go ahead.
Khan. Ezekiel 38 and 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet.
So those who are with Russia in this is Persia. And that's right off the back. Now, Persia, I believe, got his name in 1938. It could have been a little earlier, a little later, somewhere around that time, 1930s. And they got his name Formerly, they was Persia. Now they are Iran and Ethiopia and Libya. And we just spoke about Libya. All right, and they gave up their nuclear arms program. So you think countries like Persia or countries like Middle East countries didn't see what happened to Libya? Like they just completely oblivious to that whole thing. Some of them is like F your sanctions, man. Because all we gonna do is do what Gaddafi did, and then we gonna lose again, right? And they got every right to do that, right? But the Lord is making this happen. Why? Because He mustered the host of the battle, right? He getting all the troops ready. Where's that in Joel? Where it say, they shall beat their swords, plowshares into swords. If anybody know where that's at off the top, I think it's
All right, I get it.
Matter of fact, start 3 and 9. Whoever get it first.
3 and 9.
Yep.
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble
now. That's going on now. That's going on right now. They're preparing for war right now. We're reading about how they can't stop Iran from making its weapons. How they can't stop Iran. Iran is the next country that's going to officially have all its nukes, man. And you can proofread the article, Yeshaya, to make sure whatever comes up next, make sure is part of the steak, part of the meat. You can scroll down, or you could go to the next one. You got more leeway with that now.
Okay.
So it's dealing with having, proclaiming this message to the Gentiles, to these other nations, right? Prepare for war. Wake up. Your mighty men are the warriors. They're the fighters, right? So this whole stage is being prepared for that warfare. And this is dealing with the Third World War. Why? Because the scriptures tell you that 2 wars have come already. All right. And so beat your plowshares into swords. So plowshare is obviously a tool that you use to cultivate the earth. It's an agriculture tool. But now it's being beaten into swords because Babylon and the world is getting ready for a war. And pruning hooks is another element to agriculture, but it's being turned into spears. Metal became precious during the time of preparing for war. You took them damn pruning hooks and you beat them up. You don't have to care what the hell the farmers say. It's about saving yourself now. It's about fighting back. Go on out.
You want to going back to the article?
But no, I'm gonna read a little bit more in Joel.
Okay, come.
Verse 11, Joel 3 and 11. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shema Shah.
And then it's going to tell us where they have to become gathered at, because we understand that the getting ready is happening now. You see, when you read into this article, it tells you that one way or another, America has to be like the warden of the Middle East, because Israel's there. You see all these politicians, man, all day long. Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel got a right to defend itself. You see how Israel got America by the balls? All the politicians is in the pocket, and they want their little FRNs. And they're like, well, that's happening way over there in that land. We don't got to really worry about that. But they got to send your kids over there to defend it. Somebody just sent it to the chat room. You had a Jake talking about, well, man, all the retirees have to come back to service now.
Yeah.
All the retirees. Why is America bringing back retirees back to the armed service or armed forces, man? Because you have to be a safety net for the state of Israel over there in the middle of the nuclear capable Middle East now. And the Most High is stirring things up. He's stirring up the pot. Go on out.
Con, it says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down." It's like, "Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great."
That's what we want to hear. We want to hear more talk like that, because that
Mhm.
means the Most High is about to usher in this destruction.
Mhm.
We want to hear about uranium being enriched. You got a quick one? You got some Yeshaya?
Salaki,
Oh, go ahead, Samat. You got something?
Salaki, Elder Khan, I had skipped a verse. I
Go
skipped a
ahead.
verse. Remember you mentioned where the Lord was about to gather the
Yeah,
nation?
that's right.
Kind of
Yep.
Salaki.
Well,
That's Joel chapter 3 and verse 12. "Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about."
woo. So it's letting us know. And where is that valley of Jehoshaphat or Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's judgment, Yahweh's judgment? And they say Yahweh don't got a name or his name is God. His name is in the valley in which he going to judge. This is talking about the Middle East, man. Fertile Crescent. All right, that area right around the state of Israel, in which all these nations are going to be attacking and sending their troops, man. All right, what's going on right now in the state of Israel is they just took down this area in Gaza. You know, they've been on pursuit on them Palestinians the whole time. All right, while Kendrick and Drake was going at it, they was bombing. And so, yeah, so this is area called Rafa, and they found that they've been dropping bombs on kids, families, and all these people, and they've been telling these that Palestinians the whole time, go that way. That's a
Mm,
safe place for y'all.
mm,
Now they bombing them up there. It's real. It's like living during the time of what they said the time of Hitler was terrible, and but nobody did anything. Well, this is now you got your chance, nations. All right, and so guess what? They girding up, man. Do you think they don't see what's going on with them Palestinians, man? They girded, so they girding up, man. Word spread around over there in that land. So it's the valley of the Most High's decision. And what decision has he made? To destroy Amalek, to root up the heathens, to destroy that land completely. Why? So that we can inherit that land. Why? So that the real Israelites, the true Jews of the Bible, can inherit that land. What happened to the scriptures telling you? Where is that in Jeremiah, the second chapter? It said, "There shall be no more war when I bring them to that land." You know where that's at off the top,
nah,
Yeshaya?
I can get it out. I can get it.
Go ahead, grab that real quick. The
Con.
prophecies state that when the children of Israel go back to the land of Israel, that there ain't gonna be no more wars. So it's a mix up here. Somebody's lying, and the identity's being revealed. The heathen is being awakened too. Because if you were the true biblical Israelites, there's nothing that these nations could do. They can have you enrich all the uranium they want. The scriptures say there won't be any more war. But you over here trying to stop it, sanction it out. You got to be crazy.
Hmm.
Go ahead, I.
Yep, this is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 4. And it says, "And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore."
You see how Joel remixed Isaiah?
uh,
It was a time now. Then it was the scripture says a time for peace. There's a time for war, and so here it is. The time for peace is going to come when the true Israelites return to that land. But first, that land can be destroyed. That's the valley of the Most High's decision to destroy it and judge it. Judge the heathen. That's what it said. Read verse 12 again.
This is Joel 3 and 12. "Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat or Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about."
To judge all the heathen round about. So we understand what's about to go down. A great judgment. And Yahushua gonna return for it. That's how great it is, man. That's how big this judgment gonna be. Yahushua himself gonna be there visibly to see it. And he ain't been around, he ain't been here uh, in 2,000 years. How long you think he been waiting? Longer than everybody else, man. sitting waiting on the right hand side of the Father. The Most High is going to send him back with a bang, right? And then in the midst of all of this World War III, here go chariots cracking the clouds. It was there any more to that, Yeshaya?
Nah, I do have one for you though, Elder.
Go ahead.
Yep, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 14. And it says, put yourselves in array against her, Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
All thee or some of thee who have arrows?
It says, all ye that bend that bow.
Does it say, please spare her? Nah, man. See, Babylon has been a golden cup in the nation's hand and caused the nations to be mad and drink. And so all the nations are going to turn their arsenals and their weapons. All these high-tech weaponry is going to go in the hands of your enemies. You see how the Most High allowed it to come back upon your own pate, and how that stone that you rolled up the hill is going to roll back down on you. You see how it all plays out for you, Esau, Edom? The technology that you were so happy about, man. You were so possessed to tell everybody about. Most High is going to cause that to be your destruction, be of your destruction, man. I mean, I got a picture in which they I'm gonna show you some of Esau's boasting real quick. But go ahead, while I get this. Read that, just read it again.
Yep, Con, I go to verse 15. Well, I start at 14 again. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done, do unto her. And if I may, because if you consider all the confusion, and the folly that America has put out throughout the four corners of the earth, you had even had I remember the Chicago brothers, they was doing a live and they asked, Russian had came up. He could have been a Jake, whatever. But point is, he came up and he was telling you how, a lot of the women had taken on the ways of the Western world, man. All right, even that, that's something small on how the wine of Babylon has really been. These other nations have drunken up that wine, man. Okay, so now and the nations are mad. All right, the nations are mad for all the finessing, the lies, the deceit, everything that Babylon has pushed forth throughout the earth. The nations are mad because what that truth has been revealed, man. Okay, so now it's going to cause an uproar within these nations to, again, as the Lord commanded, to shoot the bow at them, man. Spare like the arrow, like the scriptures say, spare no arrows at them, man. All right, because the scriptures speak about how land should become a desolate, a desert. Okay, it's not going to be a McDonald's cup or AT&T or Wi-Fi line, anything left up in this place upon them, man. What you got, Elder?
That's it. Hey, somebody grab Proverbs 16:5. What we looking at is a picture from way back in the day. I don't got a number on it just yet, but this was called Miss Nuclear Bomb competition in the USA. And
Mm.
as you can see, she got a little bikini atoll, what they call a bikini atoll. It's a little mushroom cloud from a nuclear bomb. See, Esau is a proud man. You see, they crowning her with the tiara. She's been crowned Miss Nuclear Bomb. That's after they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These is pilots, fighter jet pilots, B-52 pilots, bomber pilots. And this is the pride in which came with constructing that bomb. See, they didn't pull no punches then. They celebrated the hell out of that destruction of them Japs. Them Japs. We dropped the bomb, man. They paraded down the street. Most are gonna bring it back upon them. Go ahead, Samad.
This is Proverbs 16 and Salakia,
5.
3, yeah, 5. Salakia, Proverbs 16 and 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. Though hand joined in hand, he shall not be unpunished.
So if you proud, you an abomination to the Lord, man. All right. Pride in the Most High, He destroys it. Scripture say pride go before destruction, man. All right. But Esau know what he doing because the Most High created him to do that. Remember, he shall live by the sword. Revelations, the 5th chapter, what is that, 5 or 6 and 5? It tells you that he's the red horse that taketh peace from the earth. So yeah, the reason why the whole world is in an uproar to get a nuke is because Esau has them, and that's how he's been destroying everyone else's happiness throughout the whole world. So it got to come back upon him. He's the proud man. Yeah, beautiful precept. Yeah. Yeshai, you got any more to that?
I have another one for you though.
Come on, bring it out.
Yep, this is Ezekiel 35 and verse 6. It says, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and
Ooh,
blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee."
even blood shall pursue thee. Ooh, man, and that scripture it should send shivers up a Edomite spine, man. Read it again, huh? And Samach, grab Malachi 1 and 2.
God. It says again, Ezekiel 35 and verse 6. "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee."
You didn't hate blood, blood gotta pursue you. And when's it gonna pursue you? It might not be today, right? Because you're gonna walk out your house, shoot your guns, and say, if anybody crossed my property line, and get all excited about it. Listen, calm down. But you will be in chains, Esau. According to prophecy, you will be destroyed. According to prophecy, your precious land, America, is going to get burned up. By the way, this was stolen land. And you also held in captivity the Israelites, man. You did a very, very naughty thing in the eyes of the Lord. And so the Most High sees it fit to punish you. And the way he's going to do it is by burning you up. Just like he brought the flood, he's going to bring fire this time. And he's justified in doing it because who can, who can say anything against the Most High? Who can claim that the Most High is unfair? Right? Woe to him that striveth with his maker. That's you, Esau. You striving with your maker, man. All right. Go ahead, Samat.
This is Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah? Yet I love Jacob.
Read
And
on.
I,
Keep going.
and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So one thing we got to get right is that the Most High hates the nation of Esau. He don't kind of like them. He don't just, he created them to ultimately wipe them out. Obadiah, if somebody grab that in Obadiah for stubble. So the Most High requires that which is past. And the Most High also did a very he is merciful to whomever he show his mercy unto. And he's justified in doing that, creating an entire nation to fulfill his plan to take peace from the earth, only to destroy them later on. He's justified. And look what you've done since you had the earth. You did exactly what the Most High set you up to do. Esau, you took peace from the earth, man. You stole peace from nations who wasn't even affiliated. You saw lands, you coveted after lands, you coveted after people, and you raped, robbed, and murdered for it all. And so you justify when the Most High puts you down like a rabid dog. Go ahead. Wait, who's holding something?
You said stubble.
Yeah, go ahead. You see where it's at in Obadiah? Obadiah, maybe verse 18 or 20, 21.
Let's see.
Go to Obadiah verse.
Is it
Yeah.
18? Yeah.
Start at 17.
This is Obadiah 17. only one chapter. It says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And
Read
the
on.
house, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord Yahweh Shai hath spoken it."
Yeah, there it is. Most High wants to do away with you Edomites. It's been written. Thus saith the Bible. And that's where, that's what the scriptures they hate about the scriptures so much that when they really dig deep into it, they find out they're the Edomites. They've been running from that title the whole time. Now you see why they want to run from it. Esau gonna be stubble. Stubble is something that's burned up, that's left after you burn something up. That's what stubble is. So it's indication of a fire coming. Joseph a flame. So it's indicating Jacob a fire. So it's indicating of you getting burnt up, and it's indicating of Israel having everything to do with that. Why? Because Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. This old family feud that started in the womb is finally going to run its course. And the Most High going to put Esau out of business. Hey, go to that second article real quick, the one that you had earlier, Yeshaya, and we just going to run through that and then get up out of here. I brought this out. You got it?
Yep, this is IranWatch.org, and it says Iran's nuclear timetable, the weapon potential. And it says this timetable estimates how soon Iran could enrich enough uranium to fuel a small nuclear arsenal. It assumes Iran would try to build an arsenal of fire warheads of explosive type, the goal Iran set for itself when it began to work on nuclear weapons decades ago. With its thousands of gas centrifuges,
Yep.
water centrifuges, some operating and some in storage, Iran could enrich uranium to a grade suitable for nuclear reactor fuel or to a higher grade suitable for nuclear weapons. On January the 5th, 2020, Iran announced that it would no longer observe any limit such as that set by the Nuclear Accord of 2015 on the use of its certifuges or on the possession of uranium they enriched. Since
Jump
then,
down to jump down to the summary.
okay,
Obakasha.
come. Yep. The summary, it says Iran's nuclear program has reached a point at which within 3 weeks, Iran might be able to enrich enough uranium for 5 fission weapons. For that uranium to pose a nuclear weapon threat, however, it would have be processed further, and the other components of a successful weapon would have to be ready to receive the processed uranium. Weaponization activities could take anywhere from several months to a year or more. Although the time frame is uncertain, some of these activities could be done in parallel with the official material production could take place on a laboratory scale, which would make them difficult to detect.
And grab Revelation 7 Samat. Go ahead.
Yep, it says Iran's ability to enrich uranium quickly has improved with its progress in the testing and development of more powerful centrifuge models. It says centrifuge performance is measured in separative work units, which indicates the work required to increase the concentration of fissionable U-235 isotope. Iran has installed several catas. Damn, it's a lot.
It's
What's
like
that? Catasades, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, but Iran has installed several. I think it's like the third sentence.
second paragraph after summary.
Yeah,
Or the first? Shit, just skip it. I'll look for it. I
Yep,
don't
it
see it.
says of these models and production lines where they have steadily increased both the size and enrichment level of Iran's uranium stockpile.
Oh yeah, Cascades.
Yeah, okay, come on, Cascades. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you can keep going a little more.
It says this progress increases the risk of secret sites, permitting them to be smaller and easier to hide. Iran has used such sites to carry out illegal activity in the past, and they continue to pose the greatest nuclear weapon risk. That risk has increased further because of Iran's decision to limit inspections by the IAEA since February 2021. Iran has denied IAEA access to recorded data from centrifuge production plants in June 2022, forced the IAEA to remove monitoring equipment, although from such plants as well from the uranium enrichment and uranium concentrate. Uh, it says yellowcake in parentheses production facilities, although a few cameras were reinstalled at the centrifuge production plants in May 2023. It
So what
says
this
that.
mean? What this means is in 2022 June, Iran decided that this IAEA governmental world group that governs nuclear energy um, capable countries and monitors them. It's like a police agency for anyone who making nukes, and they stopped allowing them to come in and check how they doing, and according to this act that they joined. So they just did away with them people, and they started making their own plants, and burying plants deep underground just so they can preemptively strike them, and all of that jazz, right? So just scrolling down real quick, right? If you can, just you're gonna see some like graph, a little bit like a graph almost. Just scroll down for a second in the graph. Yep, go down till you see that little graph. There it is. Just read that from the top. What it say?
Yep, it says estimated minimum time it would take the centrifuge presently installed in production mode at Natazan. I don't know. It's a lot.
Yep, Natanz. That's what just one of their nuclear sites.
Okay, come to enrich enough uranium for it says one weapon 1 week, two
That
weapons 1 week.
that little icon before the one means less than a week. That little arrow looking thing that means less than a week.
Oh, yep, the water for that. Yeah, you
So
got
right
on.
now, based upon the research, and for Iran to create enrich enough uranium for one weapon, it take less than a week.
Damn.
And say for two weapons, it'll take less than a week.
Mhm.
For three weapons, it'll take about a week. That's what that means. For four weapons, about 1 to 2 weeks. For five weapons, about 2 to 3 weeks. Now keep scrolling down till you get to the next one.
Yep, it says estimated minimum time it will take 3,000 of Iran's IR-2Ms certifuges starting without natural uranium to enrich enough uranium for.
So these is the secret sites Iran has. That first one was one of the known sites. These are secret sites. So they got to keep track of Iran's secret sites and Iran's main sites. One for one weapon, it take about 4 months at the secret site, and 5 months at the for five weapons, 1 to 8 years. So as you can see, Iran is steadily building. The only reason they ain't shoot them off yet is go ahead, somebody bring that out.
This is Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
You know,
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, So we have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead.
Yep. So there it is. Hurt not the earth, the trees. The trees also symbolize people, and the seas also symbolize people, right? And hurt none of these things until the elect have been sealed in their forehead. So all of these angels holding back the winds, the four winds of destruction, symbolize all of these nuclear missiles being shot off and all out destruction happening. So we're gonna end it with that. You know, I will rock this out. This video was edifying. Right. Till next time. We first want to say call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Bakwadash. And until next time, Shalom. I will rock this out.
So